When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
Yo guys, welcome to the channel. Good to see you all. We are back. It's been a year. We had its baby brother a little bit over a year. Now we've got its big brother, Grand Meister 36, the all singing, all dancing Tube Meister. This one totally ups the game. It was 36 in the Tube Meister. We've still got the 36 watts, but this guy's got onboard digital effects and it handles everything. All tube, all analog, but with a digital kind of head on it. So we're just going to fly through some of the channels. We've got 4 channels on this bad boy. Just add a little bit of the clean. We'll have a little bit more of that. Change the pickups. Feck about with the other channels. Come back, have a little feck about the EQ and the effects. And then in video 2, or it's not video anymore, digital media 2, we're going to look at taking it to stage. So we're going to get over to the Jam studios and blast the balls off it. So it's with the clean, and I'm going to switch pickups halfway through. So starting with the neck pickup. Over to bridge pickup. So as you can hear, there's a nice delay trail that's going down, and that's actually all built into the amp. So even though, and it's proper tiny as well, even though it's a tiny little unit, unlike me and Chris Bibby, you get an absolute wedge of information in there. You've got your 3 channels, each controlled by this. The rotissemats don't function like they do on a normal amp. So if I have my middle straight up or my treble straight up on this patch, if I go to crunch and I move it and I come back to clean, it'll remember that it was straight up, even though the physical button isn't there, which can take a little bit to get used to. But I'm used to digital modeling anyway, so I never really know where the buttons are. And all the built-in effects are built on those buttons as well, but we'll get to looking at those in a sec. I'm going to move over to the crunch channel. I'm going to start this on the bridge pickup, and then I'm going to move it to neck. Nice click as well, quality build, and it's black. Yes, about time too. Silver's just so 80s. Again, all of the delay coming from the head itself, which is just sweet. Big ballsy fat tone, very reminiscent of the early old kind of vintage rocky kind of thing, but it does do modern really well. So now we're going to move up to the lead channel, which I think is a little bit martially. So we've got a little bit of fizz in there, but the ultra channel totally gets rid of that, so don't worry if that's not what you're into. And remember with this amp, guys, with the MIDI board, that doesn't come included with the price of the head, but it's not that much of an outlay over the top. You can have all of your channels as ultra if you want 128 ultras, and you can have lead if you want. If you don't like lead, ultra completely will sort the problems you've got with lead out. If you don't like ultra, you'll love lead. So you've got more than enough options, so let's kick it into the lead channel. Notice as well I've got the boost engaged, so what we will do as well is as I run back through it, I'm going to kick that boost out, and that boost acts completely differently for each of the channels. So it does different for clean than it does for ultra. It's not just like a master control. So here's the lead channel. Martially. Let's kick it up. Let's just crack on with the ultra. So back to bridge and into ultra. So you'll notice it's pretty much the same gain stage, but the fizz has gone. Hate, but just for you there. So that's it, guys. That's the kind of channels as I would have them. Bear in mind I'm running through a Mesa cab, which is then linking to a Marshall cab, because Mesa cabs can do that. We've got one speaker out in this. That's the only kind of problem. I tend to run 2 cabs all the time. It's not a problem for me because I've got a Mesa, so I can link it. But if you guys have only got, if you guys are running a 2 speaker speaker rig, you're not going to get 2 outs of this particular head. But man, it's a small price to pay. So what I'm going to do now is just going to strike a chord. I'm just going to move through all of the settings, just so you can hear that this is an instantaneous switch, and you'll also hear how to kick through the frequencies a bit. So back to clean, E major chord, so there it all is. So let's just try the boost. So boost in and out on each of the channels. Clean channel. Crunch without. Ultra without. Right guys, so effects, and I hope that sounds as good out there as it does in here, because it's just a blinding amp. If there's not enough gain in this head for you, go to someone who can have a look at your ears, because there's most probably a chance that you've got a gain gland missing, and they'll find it for you. Or if not, replace it with some type of medication. It's like a gain ox. You withdraw it from the gain ox, stick it in your head. I think. Well, that's what I read. You do anyway. So effects, a little bit fannying without the iPad attach, because you can basically hook this up through an iPad as well. The way to do that though is to buy an iRig, because it's MIDI to iPad, so you've got to kind of buy some additional gear. But man, that's going to be a bit of a giggle. If you haven't got that stuff, what we can do is we can go to the effects access on the front panel. And that now, because that's flashing, that means that these knobs, dials, rotissemats, are actually now affecting the delay level, the delay feedback, the delay time, the modulation type between chorus, flanger, phaser and tremolo, and the intensity of that particular effect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to feck about a little bit with the delay time and stuff. So that's what we've currently got. So I'm going to take the delay level all the way up. So now we've got it's a unity delay. It's a little bit louder than the input signal. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the feedback up a little bit. And that's just going to repeat. But you can hear the quality of that effect is so clean. The quality of that effect is so clean. I'm just going to do that again, because otherwise it's going to be a nightmare for me to edit the audio. And then let's look at the delay time. So I'm just going to leave the feedback where it is and move the delay time. So as you can see, it works exactly the same as the digital delay pedal, the ones that we know and love. Just can't say enough how clean that delay is. There's no digital artifact in it at all. It sounds like an analog delay. It's really, really good. So that's the delay level. Reverb does exactly what it says on the tin. So if I take that reverb off, Just get a dry signal. And if I put it all the way up, it should sound like I'm in some type of cavern area. Yeah, it's a bit boingy.
Tin cave.
Tin cave. Oh, don't mention tin cases or caves. Been a nightmare with that over the weekend. So, don't ask. Right, so that's the reverb and the delay. What we're going to do is I'm going to leave the delay off and I'm going to go into the modulation. So now the mod lives where the volume is, really. So I'm going to turn it into chorus world. Come as they are. There you go. So that's your chorus. So we've basically got effect and intensity. Simple as that. I think it's kind of the old yeah, it's the old kind of one dial does everything approach. So the more of that effect you put in, the slower the waveform is, and then the intensity is kind of the volume of that effect. So now let's look at the flange effect. Right, that's your flanger. Then we go into phaser world. And now tremolo world. So as you can hear, guys, quality effects. Now I don't know about you guys, but I don't use much more than that. For a Weekend Warrior, as I said in the original review, demo, that's going to be awesome. That's all you need. So, dudes, it's worth checking out. If you can find them, pretty rare to come by at the minute, but they're going to be coming through stores. But if you are going to get one, you've got to head over to WildWire. These guys are going to give you the best price on one. They're HK dealer at the minute, which is awesome, and they're just a great bunch of lads. So get over to WildWire, pick one of these up, or at least go in and have a play with one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit on Ultra and just play about through the ending of this. Come back for video 2 though, because we're going to be doing a big live session and making sure that it's loud enough to be heard over a really loud drummer, because that's the question that we always get asked. So Ultra, and we'll see you next time. Effects!